Good afternoon, teacher. I'm going to talk about concept of beauty in Mexico. Features that last over time. Depending on perception, history, and simply personal taste, the idea of beauty is something that varies, but we should try to generalize those characters of Mexican beauty that have transcended of years and will undoubtedly survive for many more. Those features that not only Mexicans remember as attractive, but the world as well. The ideals of Mexican beauty can be generalized in the body shape. This is curvaceous with an hourglass or guitar shape, well proportioned and not precisely a tiny body. On the contrary, many Mexicans prefer with curves, and this is not a current trend. This has been the preference for years. Large eyes with long and abundant eyelashes, expressive and brilliant eyes, well-formed eyebrows, delineated and of medium density. They could go either way, thinner or thicker, depending on the time period. A bulky pink, red mood with a well-defined bone of Cupid. Lipstick and gloss are main items in the feature of a sensual-looking mouth. Broad, abundant, voluminous hair, ranging in color from chestnut to light brown. Mexican beauty. Within Mexican history, there are certain women who have these traits, with which they won over many people and will always be part of Mexican history as model of Mexican beauty. For example, María Félix, La Doña, who during her prime years captivated the golden age of Mexican cinema. Besides having such characters point browns, her very own personal trait. We can also mention other divas from the golden age of Mexican cinema like Dolores del Rio, Blanca Estela Pavón, Columba Domínguez, and Elsa Aguirre, who were the favorite muses for film of the time. Their physical beauty surely played an important part to be selected to add in this movie. For more modern times is Silvia Pinal, a known Mexican actress who has beyond talent those physical traits idol of Mexican beauty. Another more contemporary actress with true Mexican beauty is Salma Hayek, who is one of the favorite representatives of Mexico inside and outside of the country. Of course, the women mentioned are not the only beauties that embody Mexican beauty. It is clear that there is beauty everywhere, and we must remember that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. There are beautiful women in all extensions of Mexico, tall, short, thin, curvy, with straight, curly, blonde, brunette, or black hair.
Hi everyone, my name is Mario Martínez, and I will be talking about Mexican sense of humor. Mexican sense of humor is a very peculiar one. We, Mexicans, like to make fun of almost everything, from family to sports, physical features, ways of speaking, gender differences, sex, school, politics, and even tragic or complicated issues like poverty, disasters, and even death. Yes, even death. To exemplify the types of humor Mexicans are used to, I would like to present a classic TV show from the 70s and one that is still streamed nowadays. Its name is El Chavo del Ocho. In this program, you can see what could be described as a typical Mexican vecindad, which is a traditional building that consists of a number of houses or departments surrounding a court or patio. In this type of places, different families live and interact daily. The main character of the show is El Chavo. He is a young orphan child who was abandoned by his parents. He lives in apartment 8, but normally stays inside a barrel. He's very naive, not to say ignorant, and is famous for his constant mistakes. He is accompanied by a range of characters that represent stereotypes of the Mexican society. Some examples of these characters are Kiko, a spoiled kid who thinks he is of higher status than everyone else. Doña Florinda, Kiko's mother. She is a widow who is always dressed in an apron and with hair rollers on her head, a typical sight when it comes to mothers in Mexico. Don Ramon, a cheerful single father who has no job and owes 14 months of rent to the owner. This show makes fun of common Mexican problems like poverty, bad education, ignorance, conservative ideologies, machismo, and at the same time it tries to highlight the core values of typical families like love, collaboration, friendship, and the value of family. There is a saying in Mexico that says, Mexicans laugh even when facing death. And I think it couldn't be more true. We definitely have a peculiar sense of humor. Thank you for your attention.
Hi everyone, I am Meneses and today I'm going to talk about religion in Mexican culture. Let's start. Mexicans are characterized by their immense faith, and despite the fact that there is not an official religion in Mexico, most of Mexicans put their faith in the Catholicism. As I said, religion plays an important role in the daily life of Mexicans. In each town, you will find a cathedral and a lot of churches. If you want to find out how important religion is, all you have to do is attend a festival such as December 12th, day which Virgin of Guadalupe is celebrated, or November 1st, Day of the Dead. Let's mention one of the most important celebrations around religion, La Virgen de Guadalupe. She is considered as patron saint of Mexico. I can say Virgin of Guadalupe is a version of Virgin Mary, but without darker skin and Mexican features. Virgin of Guadalupe is considered as the mother of all Mexicans. In this slide, we can look at one of the most visited places of Mexico, La Basílica de Nuestra Señora de Guadalupe. You can go to this place any day of year and you may watch a lot of Mexicans there who going to ask or thanking for favors and wishes, such as help, money, etc. However, December 12th is considered the day of Virgin's birthday. In this day, you can appreciate an impressive essence in the atrium of the basilica. It is full of pilgrims coming from different parts of Mexico. Many of them carry their image on small sculptures representing the Virgin of Guadalupe. Mexicans have a lot of customs to show up respect to our religion. For instance, Mexicans draw a cross with our hand when we pass in front of a church or altar. You can watch the gift. It's a representation of this activity. The word that Mexicans use is persignar. Mexicans have to do kinds of important rites, such as baptisms, first communion, confirmation, marriage, because these rites are passages mark key turning points throughout one's lifetime. Religion is much more important in Mexican culture than is generally believed. Festivities are not enough, because in Mexican houses there is an altar full of representations of God, virgins, and saints that we praise with fervor. If that were not enough, religion is present in our speech, since we have expressions like si Dios quiere, gracias a Dios, que la Virgen nos agarre confesados, or que la Virgen te cuide y te proteja. This is all for me. Thank you.
Family is the foundation of society because it learns the values and education that impact from childhood to adulthood in society, the state, and country. To achieve a fundamental change is necessary for values education. Here in Mexico, we know that the values of education are necessary for the transformation of our country. Values are passed on from generation to generation. Parents teach the most important values to their children, and so on, so they can apply this knowledge in their daily life. Mexican families know the importance of these principles, so I have chosen the 10 more important values for the whole family in Mexico. Generosity, willingness to give resources, help, or time to others. Gratitude, showing appreciation to others, letting loved ones know what you appreciate about them. Honesty, being truthful and sincere. Perseverance, persisting in a course of action, belief, or purpose. Equality, believing everyone deserves equal rights and to be treated with respect. Respect, showing consideration for the worth of someone or something. Responsibility, being reliable in your obligations. Tolerance, having a fair and objective attitude towards different opinions, beliefs, or practices. And finally, but not less important, cooperation, helping your family and friends, returning favors. I think This value is the most representative of Mexican families because they have been characterized for being cooperative people, and we help each other when we face awful situations.
Hi everyone, my name is Jesus, and today I will be talking about plants and animals. Firstly, I would like to start with types of animals over Mexico. It's very common to see roosters and hens over the territory, as they are the third closest species to man, after dog and cat. Then, without a doubt, the most representative of our country is el águila real. You can locate it on the national shield revolving as necked. It can measure up to a meter in length, and its wings can exceed 2 meters. Then ajolote. It has become a symbol of Mexico. One of the most surprising features is that it's able to regenerate and eat out. Unfortunately, there are very few species left. Most live in the channel of Xochimilco. Ocelot is very important too, because it's considered similar to the jaguar. However, the ocelote is similar, slender with rounded ears, and its tail is shorter than the hind legs. They can be found in eastern and southern Mexico, and even some Central and South American countries. Finally, we have types of plants. Firstly, the most important plant is cacao, es el cacao, because this plant is what makes chocolate possible. It comes from the Maya culture. Then, undoubtedly, one of the most schematic foods in our country is el chile. Chile is vital in the diet of the Mexicans. Chile as a key element in understanding the culture of the cities of Teotihuacan too. Finally, we have el maguey. There are more than 300 species belonging to this, which has been used to make tequila, mezcal, and pulque. El maíz, which is together with wheat and rice one of the most important cereals in the world, provides nutritional elements to humans and animals in the processing industry. And that's all I have to say about my topic. Thank you.
Emotions and Mexican culture. Handling of emotions. When you think about culture, you think about beliefs, tradition, food, and so on. However, a culture can shape a person in ways that we don't even realize, that we don't even see. For instance, emotions. A culture can influence emotions in the way we learn to have emotions in a cultural way, how to handle them, how much do we show or hide them. Because emotion can be both helpful and disruptive, culture develops norms about what constitutes desirable and undesirable emotional behavior. Okay, so this is my first example. Mexican culture is characterized by high levels of affection. Affect is openly accepted and highly valued compared to other cultures. For instance, we tend to embrace, hug, kiss in public. We use words such as mi amor, mi vida, mi cielo to express our love not only to our boyfriend or girlfriend, but also with our friends, with our family. We even have this word, apapachar, which is a synonym of abrazar or hugging, that comes from Nahuatl, and the literal meaning means acariciar el alma or caressing the soul. These are some examples of how a culture can influence the way you show your emotions. In this case, the emotion of love. A further example is the celebration of the Day of the Dead. This is an example of how culture can teach you how to deal with pain and grief. In this specific day, we remember, we honor the people that we lost. Um, and this tradition has teach us how to deal with the pain, with the grief of losing someone. Mexicans and Latinos are known for being happy and showing it. We tend to do a lot of social bonding. We go out with our friends, with our family. We smile, we laugh, we make jokes, have fun. Mm. And an example of how Mexicans deal with difficult emotions, such as fear, anger, sadness, we always tend to see the silver lining in all situations. For instance, memes. Nowadays, with the technology, um, memes have shown us how to deal with emotions such as fear, anxiety, pain, sadness. For instance, now with the situation of COVID-19, Mexicans have made a lot of memes about the situation. We're trying to see the positive side. These are two examples of memes. However, in Mexico, feeling sad and being depressed is perceived as undesirable, which has made Mexicans less likely to seek mental treatment. Because we always try to find the positive side on things, a lot of times we hide our emotions, we hide how we truly feel. One can argue that even though sadness and depression and anxiety, all those difficult emotions are unaccepted by society, in Mexican culture, this belief is stronger due to our perspective of happiness. In conclusion, even though emotions are universal, we all feel sad, we all feel angry, scared, surprised. We all feel these things. It's part of being human being. However, the way we react, the way we perceive them, how we handle emotions, how much or how little do we show them can be influenced by culture.
Hello everyone, my name is Karla Mercado Olmos, and I'm here today to talk to you about Mexicans' motivation to work. Well, salary is the main motivator of talent at work. Above aspects such as the possibility of growth and quality of life. Salary is a double-edged sword, as it also appears as the main demotivator in the work environment. Unfortunately, in Mexico, we are very used to get a below market salary, and this is probably the main reason that discourages talent, more important than work overload or a monotonous routine. Probably the most important motivator for Mexicans would be family. Najira cites the familistic values that are prevalent in Mexican culture as something that should be taken into full account when managing Mexican workers. The immediate family, as well as the extended family, plays an important role in the life of a Mexican worker. Beyond aunts and uncles, godmothers and godfathers, and very close friends, extended family often includes co-workers with whom individuals spend their days laboring with. This is something that is very clear for every family in Mexico. We all have parents, daughters, sons, or people who we care about and we have to give sustenance. So, therefore, we work and we always get up to get in time at work and provide our family with everything that they need. And well, another factor would be job satisfaction and well being. Well, Mexicans seek present satisfaction and prefer known results to unknown future outcomes, and that with respect to issues of masculinity versus femininity, Mexican workers, generally speaking, have a much more defined view of gender roles than may be the case in other cultures. So, Mexican workers, as in the case with those of other cultures, place a high value on expressions of appreciation. Those individuals and companies that experience success in managing Mexican workers are those that celebrate collective birthdays, Mexican Mother's Day, and other communal holidays, as well as make the time and take the effort to organize and field something like industrial softball, volleyball, and soccer teams, through which workers can enjoy themselves together as well as form stronger bonds as a group. So, as a conclusion, Mexicans seek for a good salary, job satisfaction, and well being, but most importantly, family. Family can make us even accept salaries below the market because, well, in this case, we need the job and we need to provide our family with everything that they need. I really hope this information can help you to understand more about what motivates Mexicans to work. Thank you very much for your attention.